Hello and welcome to Fatu Network News Review today, 20th of May 2019. My name is Amar Wali. The people of Kunkujang Mariam have reacted angrily to reports that a court has handed an order asking them to quit Kunkujang Mariama. And the special advisor to President Barrow, Ahmed Fati, has said that he doesn't know whether President Barrow Youth for National Development is a political party in disguise. And the majority of communities located along the Atlantic coastline engage in some fishing activities, spoke to the Fatu Network. And we also have a story on the graduation that American International University, West Africa, on Saturday held a graduation ceremony for its start badge of nurses, as well as median graduation for the university students of the Faculty of Pharmacy. But before all that, I will start with the papers. Standard is reporting that Dembo by force has not resigned or sacked. The Karamo Jadama, a close associate of the United Democratic Party national president, Dembo by force Bojang, has debunked information making the rounds that Mr. Bojang has resigned as advisor to President Adama Barrow. Over the weekend, news had gone viral and has been major talk point. Although Mr. Bojang himself was not available for immediate comments, Mr. Jadama, who is the chairman of the United Democratic Party in the North Bank region, last evening issued a statement on the matter. For the interests of the general public, I am hereby confirming that Mr. Dembo by force Bojang has not resigned and he has not been dismissed by His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia as a religious advisor. Mr. Bojang, a resident of Bakau, has been one of the most dominant political forces in Bakau for over a generation. He was among the kingpins that put together the coalition 2016 that swept Yahya Jammeh out of power. That is the statement from Karamo Jadama that Dembo by force is still the chairman, is still an advisor to President Barrow. And parties make more recommendations to the Constitutional Review Commission. Following last week's forum at the Ozone Bay Hotel, members of the Constitutional Review Commission met the representatives of the political parties for the second time at Nana on Saturday. Pate Balde, the public relations officer of the National Reconciliation Party, recommended to the commissioners that prisoners should be enfranchised and that the regional governors should not be elected. He also suggested that the shelter, free education, and clean and potable water should be enshrined as a fundamental human rights. Mr. Idrissa Jallow of PDOIS concurred with Mr. Balde, noting that prisons are correctional institutions, and being incarcerated should not prevent a citizen from being able to exercise his or her right to vote. Mr. Jallow said both Al-Kalulu, the village heads, and the Sefolo, the district headmen, should be enthroned through an elective principle, as they are representatives of their people and should be accountable to the people they represent. Suebu Toure of the PDOIS recommended that any child born in the Gambia should be accorded automatically citizenship. He also said access to clean potable water should be underlined as a fundamental human right and called for the death penalty to be substituted for life imprisonment. Mrs. Duta Kamaso of the PPP supported Toure's stance on the death penalty. She said adequate primary health care and water should be made fundamental human rights, and that free and higher education should be provided based on merits. Usainu Dabo, the leader of the United Democratic Party, said citizenship through naturalization, as provided in the 1997 Constitution, is inordinately long. He called for flexibility. To acquire Gambian citizenship, he recommended 7 years through a naturalization and 3 years through marriage. Dabo recommended that the Gambians abroad be granted voting rights in only presidential elections. He said governors and their deputies should be civil servants. Mai Fati of the Gambia Moral Congress said he supports automatic citizenship to be granted to any person born in the Gambia, irrespective of where the parents hail from. And he added that statelessness should be discouraged based on secondary education. And he said basic and secondary education should be free and accessible to all. He also said affordable housing should be promoted and the basic health care for affordable and accessible to all citizens. That's what the leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, Mai Ahmed Fati, said. And the Gambia Tourism Board to prosecute wayward estate agencies. The head of Gambia Tourism Board, GT Board, has told journalists at a media briefing that estate agencies encroaching on tourism development areas land could face prosecution and jail for 10 years for killing a Gambian in the United Kingdom. 4 men have each been jailed for 10 years for their manslaughter of cannabis dealer during a robbery. Tairu Jallo, 29, from the Gambia, was reportedly stabbed at his home in Kettering, Notting Point, England, on the 14th of January 2018. Nyaga Sow, 30, Babukar Silva, 32, and Clever Madeke and Kausu Sise, both 24, then left him to die in the Crown Court heard. Speaking outside the court, the victim's sister-in-law, Yali Jallo, called his death as a soul-destroying for his family. When the family heard that he died, was when the hole in our hearts formed to think he died in such a painful way and scared for his life and his wife's life make us feel sick. That's what the sister-in-law told journalists. Lawyer Martin urges Gambians to back President Barrow. Human rights lawyer Hassan Martin has called on Gambians to rally behind the national development agenda of President Adama Barrow and allow him to complete his 5-year term, and tumbling down the idea of 3 years as an unrealistic. Martin, who put his heart in the fray in the last year's mayoral election for the Cardiff municipality before pulling out, nonetheless advised President Barrow to work with the right people with the right policies. He told the Standard in an exclusive over the weekend, and I quote, in the best interests of the democracy, let us allow President Barrow to continue to work for 5 years. Things have become fragile. So I don't think 3 years can help us. And in fact, 3 years cannot be realized because the duration is very short and elections are very expensive and logistics are not there. That's what human rights lawyer Laji Martin told the Standard newspaper. That's what is on the Standard. And the Point also is reporting that Barrow's religious advisor dispels sacking resignation rumors. President Adama Barrow's advisor on religious affairs has strongly dispelled rumors which suggested that he was either removed or resigned. Dembo Bifos told the Point on Sunday that those were just mere rumors. And he further went on to say that I have never resigned or removed. He said, the rumors are false right now. I am on official duty assigned by the president. That's all we have for you on the papers. I'll now look at the stories we put together over the weekend. The special advisor to President Adama Barrow, Mai Ahmed Fati, has said he doesn't know whether President Barrow Youths for National Development is a political party in disguise. Fati was speaking in an exclusive interview with the Fatu Network at the weekend. Here is an excerpt. Davo said BYM, Barrow Youth for National Development, is a political party in disguise. Do you have a similar feeling? What is your take on this matter, the Barrow Youth Movement? Do you see them as a political party in disguise or otherwise?
I don't have any opinion on the Barrow Youth Movement with regards to that. As far as I know, they have Barrow Fans Club. They have Barrow National Movement for Development. I don't know, something of that nature. As far as I know, yes, they are involved in NGO activity, development work, but they are also involved in politics, without doubt. So they do perform political functions, but I would not say that makes them a political party. A political party is established under specific provisions of the Elections Act. And unless you are issued with a certificate calling a political party, I would not call it as such. Whether it's a political party in disguise or not, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that the movement is involved in social projects, and the Barrow Fans Club and the movement are both supporting the president's political program. So they are involved in politics.
So are you in support of what they're doing?
That's not for me. It's not for me. I'm in support of what GMC is doing.
No, I understand, but like I said, you are a political leader in this country, so
I wouldn't go that far. I am indifferent. I'm indifferent to what Barrow Fans Club is doing, or indifferent to what the movement is doing, allegedly. I am not bothered.
South Africa Global is pleased to launch Dalaba Housing Estate. Dalaba Housing Estate is our newest estate located on the Sukuta Jabang Road. You can buy a finished 2 or 3 bedroom house or service plots accompanied with a free fence and gate.
The interview with the Special Advisor on Policy and Governance, Mai Ahmed Fadi, who is also the leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, will be aired after the news review program. And the people of Kunkujang Mariama have reacted angrily to reports that a court has handed an order asking them to quit the Kunkujang Mariama as they were occupying their area illegally. Foria newspaper reported last week that people in Kunkujang Mariama stood at risk of eviction as a result of court order, purportedly by the Sheriff Division of the High Court. Checks by the Fatu Network, however, showed the order Checks by the Fatu Network, however, so the order is against the certain individuals, not the entire people of Kunkujang Mariama. But the reports of thousands of people facing eviction has left it in a wake of a lot of confusion. Our editor Lamin Jai traveled to Kunkujang Mariama, and he came through with this report.
I am standing at the mouth of Kunkujang Mariama, a settlement in the Kombo South District. This community of over 1,000 people recently made headlines that there is a court order that is asking residents or citizens of this community to vacate. But today we came here to have a real understanding of what really is happening here. When we got here, we went to people who live here. We were able to talk to them.
Well, concerning this court case, I think it's a fake issue. I think this Sheriff Division is a fake issue. It's a fake office, which the Gambian judiciary need to take care of. If they are really serious about what the new democrats that we are here, the Gambian judiciary to take care of that Sheriff Division, because it's a fake division and it is causing a lot of commotion in Kombo South.
I am hearing that, yes, the community is being ordered to be evicted, to leave the place by the 30th of this month. But like I said to the guy who showed me, that is just what it is, mere talk, I think, because that order is not worth the people that it is written on. You cannot evict a community of 70 years or more for the interest of one particular family, all right? That, for me, is not something that I am worried about. I think it is a non-issue, and that is why I'm not concerned, really.
Anyway, it's just yesterday that I heard of the news. When I heard of the news, it was a shocking news to me. And then when I came down to the village, I was in Jarasoma. When I came yesterday, I heard of the news and I told him about it. I was very shocked about it. I went around to inquire about how true it is, and then they said it's just a scene. But we are just waiting for Tatia to come. But the day that they said we are going to vacate, I see it as a citizen of this nation. I see it as it's not necessary for us to leave. Why we have been living here for centuries and decades of years, I don't see why they say that we should vacate. If they say we vacate, where are we going to? They say we are going to vacate, where? And we are citizens of this country.
So, in fact, this dispute is between the Nambarakunda family of Sanyang and an individual who is a citizen of Kunkujang Mariama, not necessarily the entire community. Lamin Jai, reporting for the Fatu Network News Review in Kunkujang Mariama.
Lamin Jai there, and the majority of communities located along the Atlantic coastline engage in some form of fishing activities. This subsector offers a great potential of making a positive impact on the country's development effort, especially in uplifting the status of women. The Fatu Network was at the Tanje fishing landing site over the weekend, and as our Mamadou Justice Dabo reports,
women in the coastal communities engage in buying and selling of fish, but constraints such as ice supply, storage facilities, fuel wood availability, and prices are militating against their efforts of improving household income and nutritional status. According to experts, the enhancement of Gambia's artisanal fisheries sector will largely hinge on a combination of factors, including socio-economic opportunities. A significant number of women in coastal communities are involved in the business of fish, but the need to upgrade their working conditions as well as integrating them in the development process of the artisanal fisheries subsector as equal beneficiaries and partners is as relevant and urgent now than ever before. This lady buys fish in Tanji and sells in Serekunda, but has an appeal to make.
Women folk have very limited resources and little or no access to formal credit. We are faced with a number of problems such as capital to start businesses. We are doing our utmost best to ensure we are fully benefit from the fishing sector, but prices of fish are sometimes unbearable. Fish is sometimes very expensive and well beyond our means. I think this sometimes has to do with fuel and weather variation.
Another problem facing fish ladies is
I am involved in the preservation of fish, but I am faced with a number of issues such as fuel wood problem and adequate funds. Storage is also a big problem here. It leads to loss of lots of revenue.
Marketplace is also one problem affecting fishmongers.
Our problem has to do with space. As you know, we buy the stocks here for onward sale in the hinterland, but marketplaces are main constraint. We have no other choices but to occupy public places to sell our stock, which is not good at all. As you may recall, there was an incident at Sandaga Serekunda where a woman gave birth to a child in the ambulance. Because the road to the health center had been blocked by us, the fish ladies, so we are appealing for help from anyone that can come to our aid.
Meanwhile, the artisanal fisheries subsector can offer greater potential of making a positive immediate impact on the country's development goals, especially in achieving equitable income distribution consistent with a generalized improvement in rural nutritional status.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm going to replace my AfriCell 3G SIM card.
Why use a 3G SIM card when you have a 4G phone? Replace your 3G SIM card today for the real AfriCell 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
Really?
Yes.
The American International University West Africa on Saturday held a graduation ceremony for its first batch of nurses as well as maiden graduation for the university students of Faculty of Pharmacy. The ceremony held at the Kairaba Beach Hotel was attended by senior government officials and officials of the American International Development Agencies, partners, and parents, guardians, among others. The latest graduation ceremony was for 116 students. Let's take a look at this.
I am delighted to inform you that Iowa is an accredited institution by the National Accreditation Quality Assurance Authority, NAQA, of the Gambia. Our current activities. Since our last graduation in October 2016, lots of valuable and productive activities had been conducted by Iowa. I will summarize these in the following. restructuring of academic programs. This has been conducted and is still ongoing by all departments and faculties. These were necessary to allow conformity with the local councils, namely the Medical and Dental Council of the Gambia Nursing and Midwifery Council, and the Gambia Pharmacy Council. Consideration were given also to accommodate the West Africa Health Organization harmonized curricula for the West Africa sub-region. Whilst we maintain the USMLE, United States Medical Licensure Exams, core curriculum for our medical program, we have designed it now in such a way that our medical students can graduate with a medical degree recognized by the Gambia Medical and Dental Council and sub-regional bodies. We've added value of being able to sit the USMLE exams as well. This can then enable medical residency for our students in the United States of America. I'd like to conclude by saying that Iowa has taken off the ground. This means that both staff and students should use this opportunity to fly with the university. Knowledge is power and wealth. By getting knowledge, a man can bring about betterment for himself, his society, and nation. Congratulations to all of you on this special day. I wish each and every one of you a lifetime of success. Thank you very much.
I am Sohna MS Toure, a graduate, BSc in Nursing Midwifery from the American International University, West Africa.
How do you feel today?
I feel delighted, happy, and I feel accomplished that I have completed my studies, and it's good that we are celebrating, friends and family, everybody around.
Honestly speaking, first of all, I have to thank God. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. It has been a tough journey. It has really been a tough journey. But thank God, I'm really grateful for the privilege given to me by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala and my parents as well, for giving me the opportunity to go to school through the struggles of times. But thank God, Alhamdulillah, everything was successful. And then today I'm feeling great. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm really very good. Feeling good.
As a parent, I'm so proud today. I am very thankful to Allah for making it possible for my son to graduate from the School of Nursing at the University of the American International University. I'm so glad, I'm so proud. I'm so thankful, like I said, to Allah for making this day possible. We pray that we see more and more of this.
That was the graduation ceremony there of the American International University, where they graduated 116 students over the weekend. Well, viewers, that's all we have for you today. From me and my team, we thank you so much. Till tomorrow. Bye.